sure though. I wish Nick. You should have grabbed headphones from Nick.
I should have.
That should have been the one thing we grabbed. We're definitely in now. Welcome back, guys, to Weebs Anonymous Podcast, episode 13.
I think
right?
so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Very weird episode, just because we're down 2 people this week.
This is the first time.
It's a weird dynamic now, but hey,
I like it. It's like an interview. Interview.
Who's interviewing you though?
It's a good question.
Did you decide who's picking a sticker?
Let's both do one. Fuck those other guys, you know.
I
When
agree.
we're on the pod together,
I agree. Let's
we do it our way. It is 13.
It is 13.
Yeah, good
That's
call.
what I thought. 13. We're teenagers now. All right, I grabbed mine. I don't want another Dragon Ball sticker. Sorry. Fucking Dragon Ball.
Jesus. Here,
There's
I'll
200 stickers of other shit in here.
the
And
chances of getting Dragon Ball were quite slim. Let's see.
it might be 50-50. I don't know.
You think? Oh wait, how many Dragon Ball stickers did you?
100, I think. It might
Another Dragon Ball sticker.
I mean, if you want a
No,
Dragon Ball sticker,
I should have just put
by
that
all
down.
means. And I'm putting this like on Nick's side. So I'm on Nick's side of the table, which is very uncomfortable because his microphone smells very. It smells like him, if I'm being honest.
I'm
Like,
using this one.
it smells like Nick Ranico. Can I see it?
Nice little. I think it's Reiner. It's either Reiner or
Yeah,
it's
that's Reiner.
the other blonde dude.
All right.
I think it's Reiner though. Yeah.
He's got Reiner standing with his arms crossed. Fucking another Dragon Ball. What's this? I got Nezuko.
You don't want Crane Sama, man?
I don't want the Crane Man. Crane Man, bad man.
He is.
So I got Chibi Nezuko, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put this on Nick's side. Actually, I don't know.
He would appreciate that. He does like Nezuko.
He does. Very weirdly likes Nezuko.
Unfortunately.
We need like a trash in here because
We do.
sticker scraps are kind of piling up, and
They are. Well, I mean, we do have trash in that corner.
we'll put that right there. Yeah, I gotta. I'd clean it. Like I clean my whole house, but in here it's like I don't come in here when we don't record,
Feel that.
and everything's out of the way, so I'm not really worried about that.
We'll take care of it when we start doing stuff in that corner.
All right. So we're 3 minutes in. I do want to preference if anything is wrong with this audio, blame Nick. He's not here.
It's all Nick Ranico's fault.
I should have had a refresher course with him on how to use this program, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna figure out how to save it.
Wait, can you scroll up? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the middle. Okay.
I'm
I
looking.
just see one level. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay,
I was
got it,
looking
got it.
to see when we were in. The intro
Ah.
was playing. All right. So we can actually talk about Attack on Titan this week.
Yes,
because
finally, man.
Nick's
finally.
not here.
It's been weeks.
He
no,
was
not
catching
even.
up.
It's been months.
Has it been months?
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't talk about it before
I
we
think it's been.
had a long hiatus.
It might have been a month. Oh, with the hiatus, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Episode-wise,
Nick has
couple.
been caught up, or he's catching up.
He is. Yeah, I think he's. If he watched, because when I was watching, I FaceTimed Ian while he was watching the latest episode last night, because I wanted to see his reactions to everything. It was gold, by the way, fucking gold. But he had said that he texted Nick and told him to finish everything up. So I think he had like a couple episodes, maybe 3. And then obviously this Sunday, he probably won't watch it again this weekend, and then I'll have 4. Hopefully I'll watch it next week though, and we can have a good old chat about what's going on.
Hopefully,
We're going
everyone.
to have that chat now.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's here next
Which
week for
I'm
that chat.
I'm glad, because I've gotten shit piled up in my notepad, man.
Do you know what episode we left off on? Because I'm gonna go on, look at that episode and go episode by episode rundown. So you tell me what episode we haven't talked about, and I will prep because it has been a while.
We left off on episode 69.
69.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think at least. It might have been 68, and I might not have done notes on 68 when I watched it, but I have notes for 69. So
you
I
have
believe
notes
that's,
on 69.
Yeah, but that's only the last 3 episodes.
A sound argument. What happened in episode 69? Do you want to?
Yeah. So the first thing I've got down is so what was the episode title?
A sound argument.
All right, so the first note I had was the episode should have been titled "Trouble in Paradise," And
why
was
is that? I gotta.
The next note was, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I was right about the Eastern. So this is when the lady from that certain country, like Mikasa's ancestors.
This is where we find out Mikasa had that
Yes.
thing on her arm that wasn't actually on her arm in the first season, which I found out in the manga has always been there, and they just ignored it in the show.
They ignored it in the show. That's
so
sick.
pretty disappointing.
I love when they don't hold up to.
That's why you got when they animate these, they got to be very specific because these mangaka don't just put anything in there to put it in there.
And that's something that should be said for everything. It's not like every fucking show has intricacies like that are very important. They've got to be held.
The devil is in the details.
Yes,
especially
truly.
with this.
With shows as complex as Attack on Titan, it's the same thing with with Game of Thrones, right? We've drawn this comparison before. There was shit in Game of Thrones that wasn't in the show. It was in the books. I know they're all different names. That wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
And they were things that would have made understanding the show so much easier. So much easier. Like things about Brand with the last season. That shit was so confusing until I looked it up and read shit about the book. But
the one thing I do have to say about that, from like a full novel into a show, is a lot harder to adapt because you don't have those visual cues that a comic style gives you.
Yeah, I agree. Also in that episode is when we got a glimpse of a pregnant Historia. Rumor has it might be Aaron's. Probably not, in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like that's... I mean, I'd hope not. I feel bad for Mikasa, but... She looked very depressed, too. Historia. Dude, everyone does. Yeah, they all look depressed. Like, we've been sharing TikToks, and either I shared you one or you sent it to me, where it was just like... them losing their smiles. The difference, in the first season and the second season, how happy they were to... everybody just being so depressed now. And it's so sad, man. It is. It makes me depressed watching it. They were so cheery and happy and like so excited to take on the Titans. And now they realize they're not just taking on the Titans. They're taking on fucking the world, basically. And especially for Mikasa, this is another... I saw a TikTok about it, so I made a note about it. Yeah. Where it brought up the significance of the last scene, I think, in that episode. It might have been the last. It might have been the last from when everybody was visiting Sasha's grave, because that was when Niccolo invited the Browse family to his restaurant. Yeah. And then I think they left that scene, or the show ended with Mikasa sitting at the grave. That was that episode where they ended there? She was like there the whole time. Okay. And out of everybody, the death probably hits Mikasa the worst because she was her only girlfriend. Yeah. And they were roommates. Yeah. They'd been roommates the whole time. There were scenes in the first season where they were very chummy. Yeah. And they were like, oh, and then we made jokes like, oh, they're going to be the lesbian couple. Yeah. When it was really Historia and Ymir. Yep. But that was it for 69. Oh, I guess I had one more too, where it was like, has Aaron gone mad? Which he has. Yeah, that's pretty much confirmed. Well, and it wasn't. I wrote another thing down, which I kind of agree with, where has he lost the ability to care about his friends? No, I don't think so either. We'll get to that. I think it seems like it though. I've had some stuff spoiled, like, so obviously we're gonna skip to this most recent episode. He's sitting down with Armin, Gabby, and Mikasa. Mm-hmm. And they're having a conversation. They're gonna have a conversation. Hand cut, ready to tighten up. I've had just one line spoiled, and it makes me think that he hasn't. He still cares about them more than anyone else. That's all I'm gonna say. Never mind. I don't want. Well, by the time this comes out, I don't even know if it's real or not. It was a TikTok. It was just a freeze frame, and these words were said from Aaron, and I was like, all right, well, I don't know. I'm not going back to see if that was true, but it could be. But I don't think he has. And I don't think he has ill will against them. I think the conversation they're going to have. I know we're jumping ahead, in his mind, he's doing this for his friends. Yes, everything he does, obviously there's a reason, because he can probably tell the future, or he's stuck in this time loop, right? Like we've seen this theory where he's stuck in a time loop, so he now knows everything that's happened, so
I hope it's not time travel. There's some time travel in this, like, obviously,
yeah, for sure.
That one scene when Grisha's on the wall with the owl. What was his name? Yeah, the owl, right?
Oh, yeah.
The inside guy. Yep. And he was like, if you want to save Armin and Mikasa, like, go to the wall or some shit. And it's like, obviously he can see the future.
Yeah.
But it's setting up for time travel, like a time loop type thing.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, there was a TikTok. Did I send you this TikTok where it's in like season 1, Armin, Mikasa, and Eren are sitting there talking. It was after like Wall Maria got broken into and stuff, and there was this guy standing in the background.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
And he was wearing a hoodie and stuff, and it looks a lot like Eren does now. And a lot of people are like, "What if that's Eren? What if that's Eren?"
Yep.
Which I don't know how I feel about it. There's another manga, or well, My Hero Academia kind of looks like it's heading towards time travel too in certain aspects.
Really?
And I don't hate time travel. It's just it sucks to see two of these shows and that I like go similar directions. Like, hey, we're going back in time, or we're going forward in time. Not confirmed My Hero, but it's looking that way.
Yeah.
With certain aspects.
That AOT is definitely heavy leaning towards that for me, especially with I saw where they singled out a scene. Now, the only reason I don't believe it too much, like this from this scene at least, is how we've already established that the show has left some things out of the manga. But who knows? Maybe this was an oversight by the show, or maybe this is in line with how it should be, where Eren first. So before Armin, or when Eren saved Armin from getting eaten in like the first or second season, I can't remember. Armin was already in the Titan's stomach. Like he already fell down his throat.
Oh, I see.
And then when Eren was like lying there on the roof, bloodied, and then it cuts to him like leaning down and pulling him out. So it's like it just either it was faultily made, or him bloodied on the roof having a flashback of memories was the time.
I feel like that happens in a lot of anime though, where something big's going on and this guy just has like a whole like fucking prophetic flashback where he's like takes the whole episode and the next episode it just picks right back up. So I don't buy too much into that specifically.
Exactly,
I did see what you said, and then like having Armin be already in the stomach, it just, I feel like that's for dramatic effect. Like, oh look, he's in there, man.
Oh, he's eating.
But then it's like, oh well, not really. It's like, oh, here's Eren.
And even if he did get swallowed, there's no harm in being swallowed by a Titan.
No, as we saw, Eren was alive in the stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, so we jumped forward a little bit there, but now episode 70.
Titled The Deceiver.
Yes.
Or just Deceiver.
So that was when Sasha and Falco escaped and met the girl that Sasha saved all that time ago, which we found out.
Not only that, Sasha's family.
Yes, and the rest of Sasha's family. I didn't think it was her family at first. I didn't
think so either.
But then when they were saying like Mr. Browse, I was like, oh fuck, this is.
Even when they said that, it flew over my head. I was
really?
like, Sasha's last name is Browse. I didn't figure that out until like probably the most recent episode, or whenever they like fully revealed like, it's Papa.
When Niccolo invited them. It was
exactly.
Oh, so when they were at the grave, that's probably when it hit.
Yeah.
And then
kind of a boring episode.
Yeah, that episode was mainly about Gabby and Falco.
Two people that I just hate much.
One a little bit more than the other for me, at least.
Well,
I hate Falco a little bit less.
Falco's just he's such a baby. At least Gabby has like she has this drive. She knows what she's going for. You know.
Yeah, it's
Granted,
just all the wrong things. Yeah.
Yeah, but Falco's just kind of like, I'm trying to get pussy, man. Like, I'm in love with Gabby, and it's
no,
like,
he's trying to save Gabby, dude. That's
he's
his
in love with Gabby, though.
He's taking all the hits for her.
Yeah, because he's a fucking little.
Is he in love with her, or is he just doing his job?
He's in love with her.
Him? Never know, dude.
Remember when they were at the gates in like the beginning of the season, and he was like about to confess his love?
Yeah.
Or he did kind of.
Yeah.
And she just didn't get it.
He's definitely crushing on her.
Yeah. He's in love with Gabby. It's basically the reverse of Aaron and Mikasa. Literally, it's just the gender swapped. But I mean, just there's been a lot of time this season focused on Gabby and Falco.
Which is, it's annoying because it's like this is the last fucking season. Like, why are we getting introduced to these new characters?
And there's 3 episodes left.
I understand maybe, I understand that it's probably the dynamic where you're supposed to feel something for these characters, or at least, whether it's good or bad, you're supposed to feel like they're right and they're right, or that they're wrong and they're the new enemies. So it's like time to hate them. They're just so useless. Like, yeah, sure, Gabby killed Sasha, but that was pretty fucking wild, if you ask me.
They wanted you to feel sympathy for them before Eren attacked the city.
Yeah,
which just was not a thing that would ever happen because they locked these people up in basically a cage for years and years.
Yeah,
throwing fucking giant man-eating beasts at them, and then one of them breaks and has the power to fight back, and now we're just supposed to sit here and be like, he probably shouldn't do that.
I think that anybody that well, yeah, I guess what I was about to say was going to be misguided. I was going to say, like, because we're not supposed to feel sympathy for Marley. We're supposed to feel sympathy for just the Elgins in general.
Yeah.
But
which I know.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Fuck those kids. But
man, fuck them kids. I love that song.
Fucking, like, it's just like they're on the wrong side. It is sure it's they're there because of propaganda, and we can look back at history and draw all these similarities, but like fuck, it's hard to even care about any of them.
It's hard not to take Eren's side after 3 seasons of watching him suffer.
Yeah, also we've spent all this time being on one side, seeing the enemy, or not even knowing what the enemy was, only theorizing. Like, I remember when it first hit my brain that there was a world outside of this world.
Yeah.
Like, and now we actually like know of it. It's just there's no chance. I don't even care if Eren killed more people. It's not going to change the way I feel. Fucking
no, exactly.
He could do whatever, man.
And you get this amazing moment in episode 70 where the girl that Sasha saved takes Gabby and Falco to I don't know. It's either this episode or episode 71 where this happens, where she takes them to the place where Sasha saved her.
I think it was the end of 70.
Yeah, and after she finds out that they're Eldians, or Marleyans, they're from Marley. Well, after she finds out that they're soldiers from Marley.
Yeah, so they're from Marley, but they're Elgins because Elgins is like their race.
And they have the conversation where like Gabby's like, "Oh, your people killed millions, hundreds of years ago, or 100 years ago," and this little girl is like, "What did my mom do? She didn't kill anybody. She raised me. What did I do? What did her mom do?" And it's just like, exactly, what did any of these people do? Like,
you're tying people to their ancestors, which you have no control over. There's no point. Like, what? Why? It's
like if your great great grandfather was Hitler. Well, maybe people would give you shit.
Yeah.
It's like if your great great grandfather was like a Nazi soldier, right? Just a lowly Nazi soldier. And I'm sitting here blaming you for the Holocaust. But you didn't kill anybody, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you're not anti-Semitic. Maybe a bit extreme, but that might be an extreme comparison. But I feel like that's the comparison they're drawing.
Yeah, I think that's a very real comparison. I think that is what we're supposed to. Just because that's something that we've drawn on already.
Yeah.
In a couple episodes ago, where, this is I think we all thought that this is what it's based on historically.
Yeah.
As everything, I can't remember what you had said, the phrase you used, but like everything is based upon something, and so I mean it's pretty clear to tell that this is kind of based upon the Jews and
reflects
Nazis.
life reflects art, stuff like that.
So I think that is a good comparison. it feels harsher because it's not. We're talking about real history now, and we're not talking about some fucking animated show. It feels a bit rougher to compare that, but
yeah.
And then I can't remember what Flock did in that episode, but I had a note for wow, Flock isn't a complete loser.
His picture was on here, not anymore. I moved on to 71, but I think Flock.
This is when Aaron was imprisoned, right?
Flock kind of took charge of like the Air Knights or whatever they're calling them, the Jaegerists. Yeah, so I think this is where he starts to have his like big redemption arc. And at least in the eyes of the fans. Definitely not a character redemption arc.
No.
Going from the one that wanted to save fucking Erwin and he was just like came out of nowhere and thought he had a say, to the guy who's like
he just didn't know his place. Yeah, he didn't know his place.
And then the most recent episode, he had probably the best scene this season.
Easily the best frame. I'm gonna go out and say it. The best frame so far from Attack on Titan.
That scene gave me chills. I was like, what,
just the finger and turning.
Like
lower your voice inside voices, please.
Fucking 6 months ago, I'm like, fuck this man, and I'm like, this man, I'd let him have my children.
Ian's face, by the way, Ian's fucking face when that happened. It was a mixture of intensely confused and elated.
Really?
You could see his eyes like lit up, and he was like, especially once Hanji said, like, how do you know about the wine? Ian was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he turns around, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wish we watched that together.
Same.
Fantastic writing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's getting so. I love the fucking show so much.
So Flock's having his redemption arc here, and then
Flock is in the midst. Episode 71 is when Eren escapes. They blow the fuck out of the Premier's office.
Yes, episode 71 guides. We see. Is this the first time we're seeing Annie, or the second time? I think
it was the second time. Yeah.
This is the first time we're seeing Armin with Annie.
Yeah, the first time was just like her, or maybe Armin was in the room, but he wasn't like he was just sitting there.
Yeah.
I think there was two scenes. The first one was him talking to her, and then the second one he was touching it, and that's when the lady came in, like the ginger lady.
Yeah.
And was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
Her name's Hitch.
Yeah, Hitch.
I've got the thing pulled up, so I'll just scroll through.
All right, word.
Just to remember names.
But yeah, so Premier is in pieces.
Yeah.
Fucking Eren has escaped.
Yelena and Pixies had that conversation.
True. Yep. This is when they started cracking down on the I don't know what they call them.
The volunteers.
Yeah, the volunteers. Yep.
What else happened in this episode?
This is when they called into question. Everybody thinks that Eren is being manipulated by Zeke.
True. Do you think they have like some sort of like weird psychic connection?
Yes.
Through the founding Titan? Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think it's a psychic connection that controls him. I think it's like, or I don't even know if they have a psychic connection.
Maybe
I feel like
twin,
maybe they
like
share. Maybe they share memories.
Eren does have the founding Titan. He's technically connected to all.
So yeah, so Eren is connected to everybody. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if he can just go back and see everybody's memories, or if he needs to, like, maybe touch them or something.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that he's being manipulated. I feel like that'd be a terrible fucking.
I don't think he's being manipulated at all.
He's definitely in control here. I think, or not even in control. I don't think he's in control of Zeke per se, but I think it's a very mutual thing. They both have the same idea in mind. They've come to realize what they need to do, and I'm sure that's probably Zeke understanding that Eren knows what to do, because Eren, if this time loop thing is true, but fuck, man, it's tough seeing everybody turn on him like that. It's really tough,
dude. It's ignorant too, because
right.
What are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit here and let these guys fucking come and attack them?
It's like, well, it's like, it's kind of like watching people who aren't powerful squirm because they're losing power.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and it's annoying because I didn't think at least that was gonna happen to them. I thought they would always, stand united, the scouts.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they had the same goal in mind.
Yeah.
But I feel like
out.
their goal, when we say that and think of that, we think of annihilate Titans. That was their goal, to get outside the wall.
Their goal is a lot different than it was.
Yeah. Now it's just, I feel like some of them kind of want to like establish peace, and Aaron's like, well, peace can't be established. We have to kind of just either rule or be ruled or die at this point.
Yeah.
But we keep hearing about, I forget what they call it, the rumbling?
So the rumbling is when he takes, or he like reanimates the Titans in the wall.
Well, so I don't think they're unanimated. Right? I think they're just encapsulated in stone.
Yeah.
Because
that's true. They can't touch the sun. They can't touch the sun, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when they put the cover over it when the priest was like, "Don't let the sun touch it."
Yeah, because as soon as the sun hits them, they get revitalized. Photosynthesis, basically. They're plants. Mm-hmm. But the walls get torn down. They all get taken out, and then just cause a massive earthquake.
No, I think it's called the rumbling because the walls falling would make a rumble. Mm-hmm. But also it's going to rumble the geopolitics of the world because now Eren is in control of all these Titans.
But they're also on an island.
Very true.
So I don't know.
What is the method to get them anywhere? Who knows?
They're all supposed to be colossal Titans, though.
They are, yeah. They're massive, right? Because they are the size of the wall.
Think about how big those walls are and how many Titans there are.
But I think from all the wordings, right? Mm-hmm. What everybody's been saying, I think this is just their defense mechanism. I don't think they're going to take over, but it's going to be the line in the sand, where if it proves to be a thing that they can do, right? Because it's still unknown whether it can happen.
Yeah.
But if it's something they can do, then having all these fucking Titans as their defense, nobody's touching them.
Yeah, no.
And so then forever, I think, who knows? Theory time. The ending of the show is going to be the rumbling is true. Hope. I mean, there's two endings, I think. It's either we're going to find out the time loop, and the last scene is going to be Eren waking up in the field again with Mikasa, which would be bittersweet.
No, it would be bitter because I don't want to. I hate when shows do that where it's like it's either all a dream or
everything you just watched is now out the window.
The end is just the beginning. Rewatch 60 times, try to pick up on stuff. No, I want a definitive end to this. Like either everyone dies or something like that. Like I don't care.
I hope what I hope it is I hope it's going to be the rumbling proves to be true. Everybody else realizes they can't fuck with the Elgins, mm-hmm. and they're just left to the island of Paradise forever, where they are their own thing. And maybe there's something in there where they get rid of the Titans, or something happens where they can lock them away.
Yeah.
For to make sure that nobody attacks them. Because I mean, for as long as the Elgins are there, normal humans are gonna not like it. They're gonna be scared.
Ian had a really good theory where I'm starting to like a little more because Armin's getting on my nerves.
No.
Where
my little baby boy Armin.
Yeah, I know. Where Eren eats, or someone, probably Eren, eats all the Titans. Mm-hmm. Like all the
this is what we thought about at first, is that the only way to get rid of them is to have all of them in one person.
Maybe not even to get rid of them. Maybe just to, I don't know, become stronger or something. Maybe that's just to unite them would mean stronger Titans or something. Because I don't think at this point Eren's going to want to get rid of them because now they're his strongest weapon.
Yeah.
In theory, maybe Eren has some royal blood in him that we don't know about. Very little amount. And he's gaining access to the founding Titans' powers more and more. Because what was it? The first, or before they locked themselves in the walls, because the mm-hmm. king did that and erased everyone's memories. There was the person before that was the warmonger who wanted to rule the world with Titans, and then this guy took it and then made a deal where every founding Titan after this every founding Titan with royal blood or whatever will not use the power for war or whatever. You know mm-hmm. what I mean? I don't know if I'm saying that exactly, but you remember
this I know what you're talking about.
So what if, because Aaron's not a royal blood and he's got the founding titan, he can, like, maybe now he's like the first founding titan who was causing all the war. He's kind of more in tune with that idea, and now he's following that line of thinking.
Like just locking it behind the wall again.
Yeah. Or no, not locking it behind the wall, but
taking over.
Taking
over.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Guy.
Yeah.
I'd have to look into the whole plot line because I forget exactly how that all worked, but that'd be cool if, like, maybe now he's just going mad like the first Mad King or whatever. That
would be very, very interesting. But I don't think they can. I don't know. The thing is, if that happens, I want to see them conquer everything, you know. But I don't know if they would be able to do that in the time they have. I mean, there's got to be another half a season, right? Like we think that at least, or a movie.
All I know is that because we have 3 episodes left. When these 3 episodes are done, I am picking up the manga right where this show ends, and I'm reading the rest.
You're not going to start from ground zero?
I tried a while ago. It's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's bad. It's just, it's one of those things where...
No, I know exactly how you feel. I hate doing things multiple times.
Yeah.
There's very few things that I can do, like very few shows I can watch multiple times, very few like games I could replay. I don't know if I could
I read My Hero Academia from beginning to end, even after watching the first 3 seasons, just because there wasn't a lot of exposition there's a lot of exposition, but I feel like it was a lot quicker to do. And then I was caught up, and then I was just like, all right, well, I'll read the rest. With this, I got like 13 chapters in, and I'm like, it's taking me so long to read each chapter. First of all, I'm a little dyslexic, right? I'm not all there. Second of all, it was a lot of reading. It was like, fuck, dude, like, and I was like, I just watched this, like, I don't want to read everything I just watched, so I'll pick up right where it ends, and I'll read the rest.
That's a good call. Maybe that, and I mean, I'll probably do that too. Honestly.
It's 100 something chapters. If this ends at 122, that's 122 chapters I have to read, when I could just read from 122 to 136, wherever this ends. Just my humble opinion.
Hope there's more show. It's gonna suck to have to wait for it. And if it's a movie, you know, is what it is. You know, I'll take what I can get. I'm not gonna be super happy about it, but
no,
I'm not gonna hate if it's a movie. It's just like, at least then it would kind of like, if it's a movie, I think it's gonna be a war, right? Like, the movie's just gonna be the battle.
That's what I heard. That
the battle and the aftermath.
Once this is over, everything else is just nonstop, like crazy.
Yeah.
A movie would be better than nothing.
Yeah.
But another 16 episodes would also be great.
That'd be fucking fire, man. That'd be fire. I also
72.
Well, so I had a
shit. Yeah. 72.
So after Aaron being manipulated, I had a note where kind of weird. I thought it was kind of weird that Mikasa and Armin aren't in on it. Now, sure, they don't need to be, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to be. They can. You know, obviously Aaron thinks they can stay doing what they're doing, but it just felt like, just after like the whole show, it just feels like that if shit like this happens, that they should be a part of it. They should be a part of helping. They should be a part of the Jaegerists, man. But I don't know, maybe
it makes sense in a way. I think it's just
that they're part of it, or that they should
that
be.
They're not a part of it.
No, hope so.
I feel like their mindsets are just so different, and they always kind of have been.
Yeah,
especially like true. Armin, it makes a lot of sense. That
he would
like
not be okay
really
with anything that's happening.
Mikasa, I feel like Mikasa should just be like, "Oh, Aaron wants this. Okay, I want this. I'll follow along."
This was also a sentiment I had when Aaron was attacking Marley, which is like, why? I mean, again, it goes back to, sure, he probably, the things that, like, we have to just trust that he's doing everything like the right way, that he knows what he's doing, but it's hard to fucking believe it sometimes when, like, people that are always important to him aren't by his side helping him out. It makes sense that the scouts and and Eren would have a joint attack coordinated properly.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't turn out that way. And sure, it turned out okay, I guess. They lost a lot of people, but they ended up with the Warhammer Titan in Eren, which we still haven't seen yet. I can't wait.
Tell me about that, man. I want to see what that's
What's it gonna be like? Is he gonna be gray but be the same looking, or is he just gonna be the same Titan but have a fucking umbilical cord to his fucking dragon egg where he's in?
No idea.
You know?
I think the dragon egg's optional.
You think that's optional?
No, it is optional.
What do you mean?
From what I heard, it's optional.
Oh, so like he just doesn't have to do that?
When someone was describing the Warhammer Titan to me, they said, if they
want,
they
don't have to do that.
If they want, it doesn't have to be in the name. Granted, I don't know for a fact. I'm just saying I don't think it's 100% needed.
Got it. That would make sense if they can control wherever they want to be. If they want to like be in the butthole or the stomach,
I'd
chest,
be in the
left
butthole.
arm.
Definitely be in the butthole.
It's the best place.
For sometimes it can be, yeah. Shit. Episode 72. Is this the last episode? No.
That was the last episode. Yes. Children of the Forest.
Wait. No. March. All right. So the episode's next is called Savagery.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting title.
Yeah, because
that's an interesting ass title.
Children of the Forest is basically, we find out probably the biggest thing when we're talking about the wine, that they've been sneaking in Zeke's spinal fluid into wine, which
huge throw off, dude.
Which we find out is the reason that he can turn humans into Titans.
Yep, gives anybody a little bit of his spinal fluid.
Exactly. So it makes a lot of sense. I thought he could just yell and be like, well, why doesn't he just walk in and start yelling? Like, he can turn anyone into a Titan. Yeah. Probably only works on Eldians.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because they're the ones that can turn into it. But very interesting. Makes you think that, is this just a power? Because he's the first Beast Titan to be able to do this. Is this only because no one else has like tried to give someone their spinal fluid as the Beast Titan?
Well, so so you mean the ability to control them after?
No, just yell and turn them into Titans.
Well, that's not what his power is, though.
He can, that's what he does.
No, you remember the scene where in Connie's village, they did a flashback to what happened there.
Yeah.
And so the only reason he was able to do that is because he found, it all goes back to when we first met him. Mm-hmm. And there was that dude, remember like the little Titan with the big nose was holding him up?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, how interesting. And he sees
takes the ODM gear, yeah.
Yep. So I think what they did is they used that to then make essentially gas with his spinal fluid. And that's what they did. They gassed the whole village with spinal fluid, turning them all into Titans, and then he controls them.
Yeah, but he chooses when to change them at will. My
yes,
thing
it knocked them out, and then he turned them. I don't know how. I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying though. So like, is he the first Beast Titan with the Beast Titan power to be like, maybe if I give someone my spinal fluid and they ingest it, if I can turn them into a Titan? Because
that's a good question.
There are people that have drank that wine already that are in the walls that haven't turned into Titans yet, and they're basically just waiting for Zeke to yell and turn them into it. That's where I was saying. I'm not disagreeing with.
Yeah. I know what you mean now. Now the question I have, which probably I don't know that you'll be able to answer or anybody would be able to answer, is the spinal so the syringes that they give people.
Mm-hmm.
That is spinal fluid. Whose spinal fluid? Is it the Founders? Is that why he can control them, or is that just the Founders' power?
I'm not sure. Maybe drinking it and getting it injected are different, because injecting is going right into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't go into your bloodstream.
It does. You can drink alcohol, and alcohol gets into your bloodstream.
I don't know.
Same with inhaling in the gas.
Yeah.
Inhaling gets into your bloodstream. Injecting is more direct. It gets into your bloodstream instantly.
Yeah.
Ingesting is slower. Inhaling is the next, as we know from drugs in general. But I'm curious about that now. As whose spinal is it? Just genuinely any Titan spinal fluid that they inject people with, and it's just the founder's power, which I kind of believe that is, because they'd have to have a lot of serum that they took from some founding Titan down the line.
Maybe the serum they're injecting is a concoction of spinal fluid and other stuff, and it would explain why in the walls they haven't been able to replicate it. Because I forget what episode it was, but they gave them one syringe full of it, and they said, all right, well, we'll get to work on replicating that.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I have no idea. They didn't really explain it too much.
That's true, they did not.
But with the wine and people drinking that, it does imply that because they have his spinal fluid in their bloodstream now, at any moment, Zeke could roll up and turn them into Titans. And then there's just a bunch of Titans inside.
Yeah, I know. A bunch of higher-ups.
Yes,
mainly.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, that was an insane plot twist that made me super excited. Because now they have power in general. Anybody that's had that fucking wine is fucked. No, and they're just going to be able to turn into a Titan whenever. They have no say in anything because with one yell, they're fucked.
No, exactly.
And, good on Niccolo to not let John have it. Because John was about to have some of that fucking spinal fluid wine. And Niccolo did say he didn't know what stopped him.
Yeah.
But I'd like to believe that he did that out of the good grace of his heart.
You'd think after being in these guys' presence for this long, he'd start to realize that in a way it seems like he has, that they're just normal people.
I think he has, but the killing of Sasha turned him. Yeah. But even though
was killed by one of his own people.
That's the thing. I think that kind of hit him.
And at the end of the day, they're all Eldians.
Like, he was mad. I think he was mad at Eldians in Paradise because Sasha died because she was part of the army, right? Like, so he hates them because he's like, oh, you killed Sasha because you went on this mission that Sasha died on. But now that he knows Gabby did this, the blame is shifted. And so I think he's going to like them a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully. I don't know why he wouldn't. He's literally cooks food for them. He does the thing that gets to everybody's heart, and he cooks food for these people.
Technically, isn't he? He's considered a slave right now, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. But, I mean, he does own the restaurant. Like, they have said it's his restaurant, so...
Oh, okay.
Maybe he actually owns it, or maybe it's just a facade and he is a slave. I hope not, though.
I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of, kind of up to your own discretion.
Yeah, I made a note that said Niccolo should have just grown a pair and done it. He should have, man.
Killed Gabby?
He should have just fucking knifed her.
Honestly, I would have loved to see her dad kill.
That would have been cool, too. That would have been cool,
Sasha's
too.
Dad
for him to hand over the knife and just go, Mr. Browse just go, ah, and just go ham on her.
If he had that whole speech that he had, and then was like, but none of that fucking matters, and stabs her right in the throat.
That would have been fucking legendary.
That would have been awesome. That would have been the greatest.
That would have been insane.
But that didn't happen, so...
Unfortunately.
What else?
What do you think? What do you think Aaron's got to say?
I know what Aaron's got to say, so I can't say.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I know some of what he's got to say. I know one thing he says to one person that may or may not be the whole conversation.
Oh.
It's yet to be decided.
Okay. I think he's going to let them in on the plan.
Okay.
A little bit. Or at least maybe not, or tell them, but I don't think per se he's going to invite them to come. I think maybe he kind of needs Armin for a lot of stuff because he's just super powerful, but
yeah,
I don't know that even if he told Armin what was going to happen, Armin would go.
What if he turns? What if they get Flock in there, right, into the conversation, and they fucking inject Flock with Titan serum, and then make Flock eat Armin?
I would cry.
Honestly, upgrades. Upgrades.
I don't think so because as Aaron has said, Armin saves the world, or saves everybody. So
I don't think that's true anymore, though.
You don't think anymore? I think he is pivotal to the ending.
I don't know anything about what happens, but just the way it stands right now, I could see Armin getting the boot.
Getting the axe.
Getting the axe. He might be on the chopping block.
All
Could
that.
Be wrong.
All the heartache of seeing him burnt to a crisp.
Mm-hmm.
Flock. Just tell everybody that fuck him. Get Erwin this shit. Like,
I'm not expecting anything anymore because I saw a post about the author of
he is just
Attack on Titan.
He's a savage, man.
Where he was like, by the time this is over, I want people to be hurt. I want them to cry and just be like, why?
He's ridiculous.
So
why he wants to do that to us?
I don't know,
but fuck.
It makes me excited though. I love that. There's some shows that deserve like a horrible, like miserable ending, like in the best way possible. I think this can be that show where it's like where I think Game of Thrones should have been that show a couple years ago, where it should have just they should have just tore it up. But I think this show can tear it up. Just be like, why? What was the point of watching this show? I want to feel that by the end of this. Why did I watch this for so many years? Not for so many years, but why did I watch 4 seasons of this? That's preferably.
Why did I watch all this just to get myself hurt?
That is preferably how I would feel by the time this is over.
I think either way, I'll get a little bit emotional because it'll be over. It is one of my favorite shows.
I'm ready for it to be over. My favorite part of shows is when they end.
Really? That's sadistic.
Well, I have a history of crying at the series finales of shows. Most of the shows are more lighthearted, like at the end of Weeds or The Office or
Parks and Rec. You watch Parks and Rec? That was a sad ending.
At Parks and Rec, man. Parks and Rec.
Neither did I, but it was sad.
New Girl, maybe? I don't remember.
Never finished it.
Maybe not New Girl. Mostly Weeds. Weeds is one that I was like, well, this is how it ends. This is beautiful. I love how this ends. And that's like
beautiful.
It's so beautiful, man.
So you just like, after watching a show for so long, you just get blue balls to cry.
Supernatural, yeah. Well, it's like a lot of those shows
you just want it to end so bad. You're like, let me cry, let it end.
No, if I watch a show for more than 4 years, right, religiously, I want to cry at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Especially a show like Supernatural that ended recently. That's like 13 or 15 seasons, and I've been watching it since like season 6. It's like, yeah, I want to cry at the end of this show. I don't want to sit here and be like, well, that's the end. I spent 9 years of my life watching this show that I really liked, and now it's over, and I just have no emotions about it. And then people are like, well, you cry at a show? It's like, I spent 9 years loving the characters and stuff.
Like, people that are like that, like, fuck off, man.
Crying and laughing.
You don't always
got to
be a hardo. Like, let your emotions get to you sometimes. Why does it matter? At the end of the day, you're gonna die. You're gonna be under dirt for the rest of eternity.
Then you're gonna wish you cried.
Yeah,
you're gonna wish you cried.
God,
then
shut the fuck up and just let it out a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing like having a few tears for for fictional characters. That's basically all of Attack on Titan up to now.
Yeah, just got episode 73 coming up.
Spoiler alert. That was 48 minutes.
Good.
We haven't even
that was much needed, dude.
Vinland Saga.
That was
because
much needed.
Nick's been blue balling us every week.
Yeah.
No, guys, I'm not caught up. It's like, why the fuck do you even bother to show up, man? You pathetic mongrel.
Just keeps us from doing shit.
And we can say whatever we want about Nick because, he's fucking caught up. I was going to say. He's not going to listen to any of this because he's not caught up. No, he's caught up. Nick, we love you. If you're listening, I don't know if you listen or not.
Kisses.
I don't listen to this. Maybe if you guys did one without me, I'd listen.
Yeah.
But that would cost. You'd most likely have to do it at like Nick's house or something, your house.
No, we'll just leave the door unlocked.
Just
give us a copy of the key.
Oddly enough, I was thinking like if I ever go out of town for like a week or something and I couldn't be here, would I leave you guys a key to access our little studio? It's up in the air.
The answer is
honestly.
Yes.
I don't know.
You just stop by somebody, drop, or I'll just honestly, if we're out of the way, just come pick it up.
My biggest fear is that you leave a door unlocked.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, I feel like
I'm a responsible adult.
I feel like Ian would unlock this door though.
I wouldn't let him. I will hold George some rules.
I like that.
So no spider door opening.
Dude, it's just like, why open the spider door? Let in all the spiders.
Exactly. It's getting warmer out now, so they're definitely like
they're gonna be building up, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. And then Ian thinks like, oh, once it's nice out, I'll open the door and smoke out there. It's like, no, you're not.
Fuck if you are, dude.
Fucking covered in spiders.
It's gonna get really warm in here when the AC's on. Like, it's not gonna be enjoyable.
Oh yeah, we gotta figure something out about that. Maybe like, it's gonna be hot in here. Maybe not.
Just leave the door open.
Leave that door open. I'll throw the AC on. Have a fan facing in here. It's not. It's warm outside now, and it's pretty nice in here.
Pretty decent. It's not as freezing as it has been.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I never really spent time in here during the summer because it was full of shit.
It is a useless room.
Well, not
despite
anymore.
Now.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we're 13 episodes in, and we don't have a single piece of anime out here. We've got New York subway picture.
Well, yeah. So soon, I'd like to, start. Let's go get some shit for it. Let's go get some shelves. I don't know if you want to move. Do you want to move your anime shit in here, or are you gonna keep it all up there? Stuff above your computer.
I don't know. Maybe like a few of them.
If okay. So, but let's like.
Definitely the Android 18 one comes in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a definite. Maybe just that one, because if I have like a friend over and they see that, I'm gonna be like, "What's that?" It's like, "Oh, that's it's Android 18. Why she got such big titties?
She's cool. That's why.
It's a thing. What's she from?
Genetics.
Genetics, man. She's
That's
an
why
android,
she got big tits,
I don't know how to explain that to anybody.
Just go, oh, she's a character from Dragon Ball.
I didn't even know how to explain it to my dad. He's like, who's that? I'm like, oh, I said it's a character from Dragon Ball. He's like, why she got huge tits? And I'm like, it's she's an android. She can have whatever we want her to have, I guess. She's got massive titties, dude. And you know what? I got that figure for $20, and I looked it up. It's like a $300 figure.
For real?
Yeah, I swear to God.
How'd you get it for $20?
It was on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, true. I remember.
But it came in a box that reeked of sadness.
Sadness got a smell? Cat piss and sweat or something?
That's probably how I describe it, yeah. It came in, I opened the box. It came in a Pop-Tart box. 2 Pop-Tart boxes.
That's sadness right there alone. It doesn't even need a smell.
The Pop-Tart boxes were taped together on top of each other. And I'm like,
that's some good engineering, though. You gotta give them credit.
Dude, they were bad Pop-Tarts, though. Like,
what flavor?
I think one was like, creamsicle or some shit? Cream something? It was like white
orange
filling.
creamsicle?
No, it was like white filling.
So there's like marsh or
it was
s'mores?
like USA type thing. No, s'mores is fire. If it was s'mores is fire. It was like 2 like knockoff
they were knockoff Pop-Tarts?
No, not knockoff. But like those, how they do like those promotional things.
Oh yeah.
Like 4th of July Pop-Tarts. And,
okay.
It tastes like America.
Tastes like blue and red dye.
There's 2 of those, and I was just like, this reeks.
Jesus.
And then I couldn't figure out how to like get it to stand up until recently because I googled it. So I took a piece of 3M tape, like the thick stuff.
Yeah.
I just put it on there and then put her foot on it, and then she just kind of stood lopsided for a while. Then I was like, this looks horrible. So I googled how to like put it together. And I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
What does it work? Like, is it just click in?
No, it's hard to explain. It just
okay.
I can show you the feed after.
I'll look after.
Yeah, it was very weird, and I was like, I don't understand how this works. We'll bring her in here.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else is up there. I've got Saitama.
You got Shenlong and the Dragon Balls.
Shenlong and the Dragon Balls. Goku on his Nimbus cloud.
Yeah, I think on
Super Saiyan 2
when we go on our trip to Japan, I'm hoping to bring a lot of figures back because I plan on going to the fucking Crane Machine arcade.
Oh,
the biggest one it's just full of fucking crane machines, and I plan on spending so much money to get figures that are not worth it.
No,
if I find out I'm bad at it, then we'll just go to the store next door that sells them wholesale.
Oh yeah,
but
what are those games called? They have like those those like casino things where you win like
slots,
coins.
So you mean slots?
Yeah, but they're really fucking weird because it's Japan. We'll have a good time in Japan.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited. I gotta go get my passport.
Same. I keep fucking forgetting about that. I gotta make a note. Yeah, I gotta do that. some news before we jump into Vinland Saga. The Ghibli producer Hayao Miyazaki.
Miyazaki's making another film, right?
Yep. How Do You Live? Film's animation is half finished.
Half finished?
Half finished. I'm getting there.
Color me excited, man.
Looking forward to that. Damn, My Hero Academia and The Promised Neverland are on New York Times bestseller March list.
My Hero Academia.
That belongs there. Probably
past
not.
Past few months, man, has just been mind-blowingly good.
Yeah.
To the point where, I just, when the season comes out that this arc is gonna cover, it's gonna be fantastic.
Really?
It's gonna be nothing but amazing.
I gotta finish that fucking show, man.
This new season's gonna be really cool. This new season leads into basically everything that's gonna happen next season.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna animate it. I don't know how that shit works. So, it's just all really good, man. I'm really looking forward to this season.
Yeah, I gotta get back on that show. I also gotta get back on Dragon Ball. Once the shows that I'm watching now are all finished, I will get back to finishing up what I'm in the middle of.
Just watch all of My Hero and we'll find a day for the movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we were going to watch it, but then we just keep getting caught up in other things.
Yeah, we don't have as much time as we did before.
Now we're all busy fucking bees. All right. Vinland Saga, right?
Yeah.
We are on episode... Fuck, I don't remember.
So we are on... So we finished 11. We watched 4 this past week. We could have watched more if I had watched the 3 episodes you watched earlier in the week.
Yeah, so I watched 3 episodes this week. Told you guys, hey, I'm watching these. You all said you're going to watch it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Mike showed up and hadn't watched them.
Forgot all about it. I got caught. I literally told myself this morning that I was going to watch it either while I was working in the downtime or right after before I came here. While I was working, I didn't do much. Just forgot that I wanted to watch that. Instead, just didn't do anything. I mean, I had work early. Like, I had to do some shit early. And then I made lunch. It took me about an hour. Because I was making new recipe for fried rice.
Yeah.
And so I was just taking my time, having a good time with that. And then once I got back on, I, just kind of didn't do much of anything after I ate.
So we
and
started
then played Bloons Tower Defense 6 for
You told me
3
that,
hours.
and that was like, why would you waste your time on that game?
Dude, listen, Bloons is a nostalgic game for me. I used to play that shit when it first came out on the computer, like on addicting games.
I used to play it too when I was 12.
Yeah, and I was really good at that shit. All right.
It's not hard to be good at that game.
It is now.
Is it?
If you try to if you go on like expert mode, the hardest mode, it's fucking hard, dude. You have to get 80 rounds, and I made it to 78 before I lost. I was so pissed.
You're just a noob, man, I guess.
Well, they just add so much shit. Like, they've changed the whole game and how, like, leveling up your towers work.
Yeah.
So it's just so fucking confusing, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I didn't try to, like, do the easy ones first to, like, get my towers leveled up. So I was just trying to do expert mode, and it was just a terrible idea. But I've gone back since, and I've been doing easy mode to get, like, XP for my units and get them higher up and actually understand what they do.
Well, I wish you the best in that game.
And I probably won't play it for much longer, to be honest.
No?
I don't play games like games on my phone. I play for like a couple weeks at a time and then I just forget about it.
All right. So we started tonight on episode 8.
Yep.
Beyond the Edge of the Sea. And we watched 4 episodes. Basically, within those 4 episodes, a lot of fun stuff happened. The show, I can see why people were upset when Demon Slayer won Anime of the Year over this, because I think this show is just... I like Demon Slayer. I just think this show's better fundamentally.
Yeah.
Especially for a first season.
I see why people hold it up to Demon Slayer. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed Demon Slayer a little bit more, but it's not over yet. We're only halfway through Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
So, who knows? I imagine I don't know. It's coming to the point where I'll start to like it, but there's a couple times where it's like, kind of. It's like kind of slow, or not even slow.
This show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like there's something like.
But it is just early. It's only the, we were watching the 8th through the 11th episode, and it's only halfway through the first season.
There were a lot of slow points in Demon Slayer too.
There was, yeah.
Like,
I think all part of it is I haven't seen that recently.
I didn't think that show got really good until after the mountain arc.
Yeah. Once he left the mountain, which was like halfway through.
Yeah. And then it started to pick up.
Yeah, he started actually
in
fighting
the mountain
people.
I'd say I got hooked on it when Tanjiro got like that blue flame, which a lot of people on TikTok have been telling me that these people don't actually have powers. It's just a representation. It's just for show. Like it's
or like water breathing.
Yeah, like, it's not actual powers.
Then why would they animate it?
I have no idea. I don't get it at all. But
I doubt it. There's literally spider people. They have to have powers.
No. I mean like the breathing forms don't give them like water powers or anything like that.
Yeah, I actually understand. Yeah, that makes kind of sense. Yeah. That makes some sense.
I don't understand it. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, why are you showing me it then? Because it looks cool. I'm gonna fuck if it looks cool. They're fighting with swords. It looks cool anyways.
Although it's, yeah, I don't know. It is weird. It's kind of like, it is. I can see where they're coming from, but I just kind of think it's powers. It's not everybody can do it, right?
Yeah, in a way, it's definitely a power of theirs because the breathing techniques are special. Yeah, in a way.
But so what? Episode 8.
Episode 8 was when Thorfinn. I always want to say Dolphin. What happened episode 8? That was when he met that slave girl, and he had the duel with Floki. That's not Floki. Asklog. Asklan. Where he had the duel with him, then he like almost kills that slave girl.
He dislocated his shoulder or something.
I feel like I don't know if there's gonna be a romance like aspect to this show. You always feel like there are in shows. Mm-hmm. And I thought they were setting something up there, and then 4 episodes later, nothing happened, and I was like, all right, well, that's fine.
We both pointed out that she looks almost exactly like his mother.
Yeah, because then the next episode, he had that flashback.
Yeah.
Or like that vision type thing, and his mom was there, and we're like, isn't that the slave? And it's like, oh, wait, no, that's not the slave. So that was the thing. He definitely feels like he'd go for someone that looks like his mother. Especially in that time and everything.
True. Oedipus complex.
They didn't call it Wincest for nothing. Is all I'm saying.
But yeah, so he dueled him again. Got pretty close. He's getting every time he duels him, obviously he's getting a little closer. He'll get him eventually, especially as Claude said. I don't remember. I think it was the last episode we watched.
Ragnarok, the second to last episode, episode 10.
Where like he's getting older, so eventually, I mean, time is not on his side. So eventually, Thorfinn will get him.
Yeah,
which is obvious, but
that's the episode I want to talk about specifically because it's called Ragnarok. If you follow Norse mythology, you know what Ragnarok is, and in this show they're all Asklog at least is under the assumption that Ragnarok is right around the corner.
Yeah,
and that's like an imminent threat, or maybe not. I don't know if he considers it a threat, but it's imminent in his mind, and maybe to everyone else's it was pretty unclear. But are we gonna? I don't know if there's gonna be a season 2 to this, but if there is that like? Or even future into the show more? Is that something that we're gonna see Norse people like kind of be like worried about and prepare for? I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
But yeah, all these 3 episodes, kind of, or 4 episodes, were all. It was nice because they're all in the same story. Like nothing new happened.
Yeah.
They were, it's all about the King of Denmark's siege on London. Mm-hmm. That very unsuccessful as what's his fucking name? Thorkel. So many Thors, man.
Is that like common, do you think?
Probably, like, because there's the god. I mean, it's probably an honor to be named, have Thor in your name, because Thor, the god. It's
like being named Muhammad. Isn't that like the most common name in the world?
Muhammad? I don't know.
I think it is. And like that's like, isn't Muhammad like their prophet or some shit?
Yeah.
And maybe that's like kind of like what Thor is. Like everyone wants to be named Thor or Thorkel.
James is the top names over the last 100 years. James.
In the world or in the U.S.?
I don't know. It kind of sounds like
because
the U.S., but it has world in Google.
Does it?
Yeah. Maria.
That sounds like the U.S. because
Muhammad is number 3.
Muhammad's number 3.
Maria is number 1.
Muhammad used to be number 1, is what I know, but
they're not even close.
They're not.
16 million.
There's a lot of bitches named Maria.
More women than men in the world, so it makes sense.
Is there?
Yep, it's 51% to 49.
And I'm sitting here single, man. That's whew. Big time out.
But yeah, Thorkel, who is Norse, siding with the Brits.
Because he's bored, man.
Yeah, he is bored. I don't blame him.
He's a brick shithouse.
He's really interesting. He is fucking massive.
Yeah.
He just hurls boulders like it's nobody's business.
I'm more impressed with the fucking...
He's a human cannon.
Full trees.
That was wild. Just throwing massive spears.
Clearly not based in reality, if anyone... Like, there's a lot of, like... Oh, yeah, dude, this is very, like, historically accurate. And then there's, like, Thorkel fucking throwing tree spears.
This dude who's 8 feet tall, his hands are the size of fucking, like, gorilla's hands.
Probably the size of me.
Yeah. He could probably just, his palm is like the size of your head.
Yeah, did you see, like, the funniest part was when he was telling them to, like, stop firing.
And he grabs
the dude's head, and it's, like, his whole head. I'm like,
yeah, that was ridiculous.
You squeeze hard enough, you're popping that shit like a zit.
Yeah, easily he could do that. Thorfinn.
He's my favorite character in the show so far.
Yeah, same. That's definitely not Thorfinn, for me at least.
Yeah, Thorfinn's sister.
Thorfinn fights him.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves with a couple digits.
Yeah, 3 or no 2.
Yeah, cut his pinky and his right ring finger off.
He doesn't
what is
need
it called? It's not a ring finger on your right hand. It's only your ring finger is on your left hand.
They're both ring fingers.
Yeah. So he cuts his
Don't
right
gay
ring.
People put it on the right hand?
No, I don't know. Do they?
I don't know.
People put it on the left because it's. People think the heart was on the left side, so they put it on the left because it's closest to the heart.
Oh, is that
even
really
though the heart's
why?
in the middle? Yeah.
That's pretty fucking dumb.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, like,
just imagine just like any idiot back in the like Stone Ages, or not Stone Age, but like just like when that was created, the whole concept, like just cutting somebody open and seeing that the heart is in the middle, like. I know because it beats on the left.
Yeah.
Because it's like angled or something.
Idiots today would be surprised if like they cut someone open and be like, "Why is the heart there? I wasn't trying to aim for the heart."
That's true. Yeah, people are still dumb nowadays.
In the heart, and they're like, "But I shot you in the heart." It's like, no, you stupid.
You shot me in the lung, you fucking idiot.
Dick.
Like you think the lungs, the heart's just over your lung or something? No, it's in between the lungs.
I know zero about the human body.
We can find out, dude. Pee is stored in the balls.
Pee is stored in the balls.
That's the one thing everybody knows,
Wait until, there was a TikTok that I sent to this person, and it was like, wait until girls find out that dudes store their pee in the balls. She was like, do they really? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
why
they do.
Why do you think, like, when I have to piss so bad, my balls start to hurt? She's like, what? I'm like, what do you think?
Just we got to confuse them as much as we can.
No, people have been posting. It's been like a trend on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, since it's brought up, the Bugs Bunny trend.
No.
Where girls lay on their stomach in front of a mirror, put their feet up, and then like kick their feet like they have bunny ears, and then like stick their ass up.
No.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Give me 1 second. That's shocking because you're on TikTok as much as I am.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that I sent you this.
Oh, maybe you did.
Straight
I might
up.
not remember it.
Best trend. Just wait.
Okay, I've seen this before.
You've seen this, okay.
Oh.
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
It is, yeah. That's a good trend. I like it.
Fantastic. It's the things people will post on
speaks to my
TikTok.
soul.
It speaks to my soul. It speaks to more than my soul. It's speaking to a lot of me, is what I'm saying. Enough about that though. That's really off topic.
But looking forward to finding out whether this is a prince or princess. Because
I think it's a prince.
You think it's you said it, you thought it was a princess.
I just think it's a dude.
But then
really
we looked up the
dude.
voice actor.
And we saw that the same voice actor for the dude from A Silent Voice with the short fat one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is probably a prince, but I can't think of the word. Me and Ian, we talked about the word last night because they said it in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Juju Kaisen?
Yeah.
I can't say it. Someone say
Jujutsu.
Juju. I'm gonna call it Juju.
But they said the word in that show, and Ian was just like, Ian knew what it was. I didn't know what it was.
What's the word describing?
It describes the having like traits of both, kind of like being ambiguous.
Hermaphrodite?
No, not having like a dick and a vagina, but like being ambiguous looking. I can't think of what it was.
I have no idea.
Well, it's a long word.
Is it?
Yeah, it was like a long.
If it's more than like 6 syllables, then you can already. No, I won't be able to pronounce it.
Androgyny.
Androgynous.
That's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's obviously androgynous because I mean, even they kind of brought that up in the show, where he's like a little. Even the king said he's like, he said something about him. I can't remember the proper terms he used, but he essentially called him a pussy.
Yeah.
Said that he isn't
I thought he was implying that he had a pussy.
Oh.
My mind goes to very different quadrants
of
the universe when watching these things.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it more interesting. I don't know. I out myself on a podcast. It's whatever.
It's also like, you know, the prince never spoke, so there's like no way to like. There's no vocal recognition.
Yeah, no. I'm looking at a picture
Not a
from
fighter.
The next episode, and if
it looks like Thorfinn's sister.
It does.
Like that picture looks like Thorfinn's sister.
Thorfinn's sister do be bad though.
But you know,
I don't.
It's just
Thorfinn's sister's hair.
If it's a trap, it's a trap. It's the first trap we've seen.
Ian said we can't say trap.
Why?
I don't know. He got all.
Did he? Are you sure he said that?
Yeah, he sat me down and he was like, "Listen."
He didn't sit you down.
No, I swear to God, he sat me down. And he's like, "Listen, you can't say that word."
Did we not talk about whether traps are, if it's gay or not, on this podcast?
No, we talked about that personally.
Oh, okay.
Call up Ian.
That was a funny conversation though.
Can we call up Ian and ask him?
Oh, we said we were going to, right?
I didn't say anything. I haven't talked to the kid.
Yeah, you did. You said in Snapchat, in the Snapchat group chat.
Yeah, I don't consider that talking. I just mean I haven't like.
Okay. Well,
I haven't like heard his voice.
You chatted at him.
Yeah, but no, he did say that we shouldn't use the term trap.
Oh, I just didn't know that. I'm an ignorant person, so.
Yeah, and I don't know how to cut that out, so it stays in. No, I mean, I don't care, man. I did send. I'm not gonna say this. You remember Jared's podcast?
You said you weren't gonna say it.
No, but do you remember Jared's podcast? Yeah. That feeling one. You remember the question I sent them?
Oh yeah.
And they just did not know how to answer.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was funny.
What?
They didn't know what it meant.
They didn't know what anything meant. They were like. And I sent Jared. I was like, just know what this is for my question. The fuck, marry, kill question I sent in was fantastic though. When you were there, that was great. That killed.
On the phone with Ian now, or not on the phone, but trying to get on the phone with him. Hopefully he's not asleep. The reason he's not here is he took the second half of the COVID vaccine, so he's not feeling the hottest.
He did not answer.
No answer. He's probably sleeping. I don't blame him. He said he was feeling like he's been drinking the past 2 days.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that like we should probably nix the trap word. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know. I think it's a funny term for like just a dude that looks like a chick.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. Here, I'm looking it up on Ask LGBT Reddit.
I don't want to be ignorant to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, neither do I. I don't want to say it when it's actually offending people. Yes, it's offensive. It's directly stating that, hey, this person is only dressing up as a female in order to trick and prey on straight men. Yes, that is incredibly offensive. I can see. I didn't
We're not
necessarily.
Using it in that way,
yeah,
though.
I wasn't using it in that way either. I see now that that's not great.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just saying, like, I guess, although the word trap is kind of like, implying that
I always think of like the
setting
Star
a trap.
Wars meme, like it's a
trap.
I forget the commander's name in it, but he had like fish face and stuff. So it is offensive.
Yeah.
No offense, but like you could probably type in any word and then be like, it's deep rooted in like a lot of racism.
Very true. Yes. We'll just use androgenous.
Yeah.
He is androgynous.
He's very androgynous.
I don't know if that's. Let's look up and see if that's offensive.
I've heard it before.
I don't think so. It's a proper term.
I said hermaphrodite earlier. That's scientific, right? It's a science term, right? I think that's the scientific term for someone born with both genders or both genitalia. Did you just look that up?
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
What isn't?
Hermaphrodite.
It's not?
No.
I won't
Intersex
say.
People would be the best.
Intersex. See, we're learning stuff. I won't say that word anymore. Intersex.
No, I don't think androgynous is.
It can't be.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, so people think he's a little girly or something in the show.
He looks like a chick. I mean, he's got very feminine features.
If you show me that picture, I would think that was Thorfinn's sister. I can't even remember. What's her name?
I don't know. But I'd be like, if I seen this picture, I'd be like, who's that bad anime bitch? And they'd be like, that. It's like those memes you see where there are a lot of anime characters that are like very feminine looking, but are dudes. For example, the person with blue hair in Assassination Classroom, or Naruto in the like first arc or whatever. There's a dude that looks like a chick that even Naruto's like, wow, I found this baddie. And they're like, whoa, that baddie's a dude. And it's like, fuck. That type of shit.
And then there's Ian's favorite. I don't know what show it's from, but Felix. His old league name, Trap God Felix. That was Ian.
It's probably
Ian
from JoJo.
Ian says he. That's why I don't believe he sat you down. He literally put that in his league name.
I swear to God, he told me.
It was a long time ago.
I never looked it up, so I'm glad we looked it up. But yeah, his name used to be Trap God Felix, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get outed, Ian. I hope you get canceled for that. Trap God Ian.
Yeah, this episode is gonna be titled "The Canceling of Ian."
They won't let us record by ourselves again after this.
No, they won't.
You guys started off really strong, breaking down the last few episodes of Attack on Titan, and then you just
spiraled.
You slowly went downhill, man. As
my life, though, the spiraling.
Your life isn't spiraling, is it?
I don't know, probably not, but
it's spiraling up. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's all we've really got.
I don't have much to say about Vinland Saga. I just think it's a really good show so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Don't know where it's gonna go.
I want to see how Thorfinn kills that dumb bitch.
I want Leif Erikson to find Thorfinn.
Find Vinland.
Honestly, I don't even know where Vinland's supposed to like factor into this.
Yeah, right, I think it's just going to be. I think it's just going to be the main thing that, kind of
like a driving motivation.
Yeah, driving motivation to end brutality, and for Thorfinn to like see as his end goal, because he's probably going to take after his father.
Those like flashback, I don't know, like those dreams he's having, kind of feel like he's trying to slowly become like his father in terms of not wanting to be violent.
The mentality, yeah.
We'll have to wait and see, though.
It's gonna be a boring show if he's not axing a bunch of people.
Which is probably why it's not gonna happen. Or he'll be like, "Well, I gotta return to my mom."
Or it'll be a short show.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is getting a season 2 or if this is like a one and done season.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, let's look it up. Vinland Saga season 2.
Release date April 2021.
Oh, well, so I guess so, man.
It is coming out next month.
Fantastic.
I'd love to hear that. Actually, love to hear that.
I see a picture for the trailer. It looks like Thorfinn with longer hair.
A little bit growner.
With an axe. It looks like maybe he's...
Is that...
building something?
You know what axe that looks like? That looks like the axes that were just in Thorkel's hands. The episode we left off on.
I'm sure those are standard axes.
I don't know, dude.
Those are probably standard made. They come with
they probably are just normal axe.
They come when you
normal
spawn.
Normal battle axe.
Yeah. They come when you spawn, like in...
no, he's got a loadout, dude.
He's got a what?
He's got a loadout. He just hits escape and goes to choose loadout.
And he chose.
Yeah, he chose the axe. Yeah.
I want Thorkel's axes. Anything else you want to talk about? I said you could talk about
No, I don't want to talk about
Kaisen.
Jujutsu. Just other than it's getting fucking good. There's gonna be another big battle before the end of the season. Looking forward to that. I got Ian for everybody to know. As I've been watching it for the past few months actually. Ian, like we talked about this last episode, where the more I talk good about it, the less you guys want to watch it. Well, I got Ian to watch it.
That was a joke, though.
Thoroughly, I know, but he thoroughly enjoys it. Thoroughly. I mean, every episode he was dying laughing, saying how much he loves the show. Yeah. He loves the show.
My buddy Joe's been trying to get me to watch it,
Dude,
Joe
I
and
highly recommend
Alex. I don't know, man. It's just, it doesn't pique my interest at the moment. If I'm being honest, there's a lot of other shows that I'm watching, and
so like, what I'll say is this: when I first started watching it, we also started watching Blue Exorcist. I drew a lot of comparisons of those two shows. Jujutsu Kaisen is Blue Exorcist if he doesn't go to that fucking school.
Is it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think you just sold me.
It's not entirely. Like, he does go to school, but the school is fighting.
Is it?
So he just fight. Like, they just go out and fight, and there's a bunch of fighting. The animation is simple. Like, there's nothing like crazy about it.
Yeah.
But music is fire. Intro outro, the first intro outro up to episode 13, fucking fire. They're in my liked playlist. I listen to those shits all the time. But the video for the opening, amazing. Both the music for the second half is but like the animation's amazing for that. The actual like show animation, nothing flashy, but it's simple. You love, like, the characters are so lovable.
Okay.
And just the whole premise is pretty dope.
All right, you got me interested with the Blue Exorcist.
And they fuck with your feelings too. They fuck with your feelings. There's like a huge thing that everybody was up in arms about because there's like stuff happens, and I don't want to say too much because I want you to watch it without knowing anything about it.
I just want to say,
knowing less than if you do know anything.
We are what? When we stopped Blue Exorcist, we were 3 episodes from finishing.
Yeah.
And I sit here today, and I still think, how in God's name does that show end remotely well with 3 episodes left? And I feel like nothing's happened.
Imagine we just like actually aren't gonna watch like the best fight of the whole thing, and he actually fights like that the dude with the green hair.
At some point, I'm going to watch those last 3 episodes.
Same. Don't know when.
I'm going to watch them for next week's episode.
Yeah?
Yep.
You sure?
No, I'm not. I'm not totally sure, but it's my goal to watch.
If you want to, I will watch them with you.
It's only 3 episodes. How bad could that be?
Possibly a lot.
No, I know. It could be really bad. I mean, the show just kind of went downhill.
Yeah,
my expectations from episode 1 were all the way up here, and then they just fucking hit the ground running, man. Like, fuck.
And you know what? Jujutsu Kaisen hits the ground running.
Hits the ground running. Doesn't stop. Fuck. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna watch Blue Exorcist.
Hey, listen, point. You got if you don't want to, if you want to wait till you can watch it all, and you don't want to watch it week to week. There's only 3 more episodes coming out. Comes out, well, actually 2 more now because episode came out yesterday or today. Sorry, today. I keep thinking it's Saturdays that we record on. But
is
came
today
out,
not Saturday?
It's Friday.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it came out today. Another 2 weeks, and it will be all said and done.
Sounds exciting for you.
Quite.
Is it? Yeah. All right. Well, once it's done and over with, I'll watch.
Sounds good.
Maybe. Not 100% sold yet, but is that all you got for this week?
Yeah.
That's all I got for this week, man. I mean, for just the 2 of us, we covered a lot. Attack on Titans, all covered up. Vinland Saga, I feel like we didn't talk too much about it, but
we only saw 4 episodes.
Yeah. Great show. Fuck Nick. Fuck Ian for not being here.
Yeah, Nick forgot he was going on a date tonight. How do you just
They're not even
that?
Going on a date. They're just hanging out, he said.
No, even worse.
He just said, "Oh, we're just chilling." I was like, "How do you just forget that?" But that'll do for this week.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. If you find us on Twitter, whether you're listening on YouTube, I can't think, Anchor, right? That's the
Well, Anchor, Spotify. We're on Weebs Anonymous everywhere.
Yeah.
You can find us. The picture's the same, if that's what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
If you got any questions for us, anything you want to ask, please leave in the comments. Or I know there's a function with Anchor that you can send in voice messages. Mm-hmm. Feel free to do that. We'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Goodbye.
Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, good night.
I think that's almost exactly how he says it.
Yeah, I think so.
And I placed this music to play us out right now.
It's playing us out right now.
It's playing us out right now. Well, right now. No, right.
Can they still hear us?
I think right now.
Yeah?
I think it's slowly. I think now it's fading out. I think before we were just confused, and now it's fading out. But this should do it.